All right, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. If we haven't met, I'm Brittany Wright, and this is the Team FHK monthly call. And tonight we're going to talk about conversations and how to start them and how to bring them to, an invite, or how to bring up fitness, how to take really that initial nice to meet you to how can I help you, or this is how I can help you. And there's several different ways that we can do this. And there's usually two scenarios that you're talking to people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into two scenarios for you. The first way that you're usually messaging people is because they've liked your like page, they've liked a post. So it's probably going to be a post if you're on your personal page, or maybe it's a mutual friend that has commented or messaged you and you're starting that conversation with them. So if you are messaging someone that has liked your like page or a general post of something that you posted that wasn't a call to action to a challenge group or a coaching hook, the first thing you want to do is just message them and just say, thank you for liking that post, or thank you for liking my Facebook page. And I know that if you are a new coach and you're going through the new coach training, email training, and I know all of you have access to this, so you have the template somewhere, wherever you stored it, what exactly I message should be in those scripts. So I just message them and I say, hey, thanks. Hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to stop by and say thank you for liking my fitness page. Are you into health and fitness? Or how did you find my page? Or I like to kind of preview their page and see if their profile picture is them and some kids. Is it them in a wedding dress? Are they pregnant? What is their cover photo like? Are they posting a lot on social media? Is their Facebook profile pretty private where I can't see anything? And at that point in time, you can decide on whether you want to message that person or you don't want to message that person. And I know when you're first starting out, you're probably like, well, I want to message everybody because I'm trying to meet new people and I'm trying to get everyone and I'm trying to help everyone. Absolutely, we want to help everybody. But one of the biggest tips I can give you is you want to help people that you jive with. That if you were to sit down and have coffee with, you would love to sit down and have coffee with. That if you were going to sit for an hour and listen to them talk, you would want to hear them. If you're going to go to events or be on trainings and be on one-on-ones, like, is it someone that you can relate with and have conversation with? And if there's someone that doesn't have a profile picture, or they're very negative on their page, or they're posting a lot of things that really just aren't of a huge interest to me, I might message them, but I wouldn't message them with the intent that that conversation is going to be easy to have because we don't have a lot of the same interests. Does that make sense? It's going to be a lot easier for me to build a relationship and trust and a genuine relationship with somebody who just had a baby or has multiples or has is very open with their faith, because those are things that I post about on my page. So think about that. Are they part of your niche? Are they, someone that you can connect with? And then once you decide that, make a common connection. So, hey, thanks for stopping by and liking my page. I really appreciate it. Are you into health and fitness? I always ask that. Are you into health and fitness? Or what do you do for your workouts? So I always bring up fitness right away. Okay, I always mention that in my first initial message. And then you might make that common connection. Hey, I saw your profile picture, or I see your profile picture is a maternity photo. Are you expecting, or did you have your baby already? And that's another question that they can answer back. That is common ground. And I might say, oh, I just had Hayden. I just had my little girl Hayden. She's 8 months old. Would love, whatever, and close it out. Anyway, thanks for liking my page. Hope to talk to you soon, Brittany. And I just close it out. So make a common connection. Thank them for liking your page. Ask them what they do for health and fitness. Another thing that I learned in a training, and you can ask if it shows that maybe you have some mutual friends, you can ask, like, are you a coach too? And kind of jump to the gun on that one, because I know we run into a lot of that is, their coaches following you, or kind of that scenario. So don't be afraid to ask that right away. But I think the key, and this will help you bring that conversation into more fitness related, is are you into health and fitness? What are you doing for your workouts? What goals are you working for? Because then you're asking that right off the bat, and that conversation is more likely going to be flowing into that direction more naturally. So if you're not doing that already, do that. Okay. Do you do a post, and let's say they like a meal planning post? Maybe you put something about you meal planning. Maybe you put something about how Shakeology is helpful. Maybe you put something about a picture with your portion control containers. Maybe something like that. If they like that post, you don't just have to say, hey, thanks for liking my post, and then hope that that conversation goes somewhere. Hey, thanks for liking my post about my lunch and my portion control containers. Are you following something? Are you following a specific nutrition program? What do you do for your nutrition goals? So make it about that topic. If they're liking that was of interest to them. So make sure that you're addressing that, not just, hey, thanks for liking my post. I appreciate the support. You can do that and then say, what do you do for your meal planning? How do you do your nutrition? You guys are smirking over here. I don't know what's going on. And again, you can ask them in there, are you a coach too? Always ask that, because maybe they're a coach and they're following you and you want to get that out of the rug right away, right? Oh, okay. Of course, what are you, sapphires? Is that what you guys are, colors? So anyways, about that specific post, bring up the nutrition right away. And then they might say, no, I don't do anything for my nutrition. Like, oh, well, have you heard of the 21-day fix, or have you heard of the portion control containers? Yes, I have. Okay, awesome. So what did you learn? What do you know about them? Keep asking questions. They might give you one-worded answers, and it's awkward, but just keep asking, what do you know about them? Well, I don't know. I don't know much. Oh, well, I would be happy to tell you, or they've been such a game changer for me. They've really been helpful. And just share your experience with them. How have they helped you? Why are they helpful for you? And just keep asking those questions. All right. So once you're building those, I'm looking at my notes. So once you're building those, conversations based on certain posts, if you're asking more specific questions, it's going to be a little bit easier for it to navigate into a challenge group question or a free group question. Maybe on the meal planning post, you're like, well, I'm really not ready for, maybe you have a free group coming up. Well, I have a free group really talking about nutrition coming up. Would you like to join? Can I add you in? If it's a meal post or a food post. So maybe if it's a workout photo, do the same thing, same concept. Hey, thanks for liking my photo about my workout this morning. I really appreciate the encouragement. What are you currently doing a workout? What do you do for workouts? And they're either going to say, oh, I do 21-day fix too. And then you can say, are you a coach? Oh, you're not a coach? Oh, awesome. Are you working with a coach? Yes, I am. Okay, I'm glad you have that support. No, I'm not. Oh my gosh, how are you not working with a coach? Like, that's the best part. Or have you seen results? Like, maybe they're saying, no, I don't work with a coach. Have you been seeing results? Do you like the 21-day fix? And they're either going to say yes or no. But then you can open that conversation, and maybe you can be their coach. Maybe they just bought the 21-day fix off of Amazon, and they don't have Shakeology. They don't have a support. They don't have a challenge group. They bought the program, and it's just sitting there because they have no idea how to use it. Right? So the more questions you can ask, you might get one-worded answer, which makes you kind of feel like they're annoyed, but you're just trying to do your job. You're just trying to make sure that they are getting the support that they need. And if they say they have a coach, I say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I wish you the best. I hope you see, great results. I hope you have a good support system. But if they say no, you can continue to ask those questions and invite them and open that door and be like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I do. I help people through this program. Have you ever had a coach? Did you even know you could have a coach? And there was one girl who recently liked a post of mine, and we were talking, and she messaged me, and she was like, I want to switch coaches. I haven't talked to my coach in 2 years. I really resonate with your journey. And so we just kind of went back and forth, just about where she was, in her stage of life. And then I was like, so do you have Beachbody programs? She's like, yeah. And she listed like 10 of them. And I love Shakeology. And all I did, I got out of my comfort zone. And this is something that you can do with it when people are liking your posts and their coaches, or their challengers or customers, and have a plethora of like, have you ever thought about coaching? Have you ever thought about joining a challenge group? Like, if they're listing all these things that they do, all these programs that they have, don't be afraid to ask them. Don't be afraid to ask them, have you ever thought about being a coach? Have you ever thought about joining a challenge group? Did you even know that was possible? And kind of breaking out of your comfort zone. And so it might take you to be a little bit bold. And the other thing that I want to mention with that is, don't wait for this huge, grand moment to ask about a challenge group or to ask about coaching. So sometimes the conversation might seem like, oh, it's kind of dull. Like, oh, I do have 21 Day Fix, and I saw awesome results. Or I love the program. I love Beachbody. Like, oh, have you ever thought about coaching? That's exactly what I do. We're excited about it. We see great results, and we coach people through that. All right. Okay. So the next one, and I think this is really what you guys, I don't know what I wrote there, but so they comment about fitness and nutrition on your page, and they're talking about that. And so maybe it's not coaching, maybe it's not a challenge group, maybe they're talking to you about their workouts, and they're like, I've been running, or I've been going to the gym, but I don't really see great results. And I think that's where you guys, and myself included, we get stuck. Okay, this is a great opportunity. We're talking about fitness, they're working out, they're not seeing results. How do I bring up Beachbody without sounding salesy? And it just goes back to that question, have you ever thought about doing at-home workouts? And it sounds so simple, but it's sometimes really hard to do because you don't want them to think that you're leading them to a sale, right? Like, oh, I don't want to ask this question because then they're going to expect, they're going to know that I want to, offer them something. But what you have to change your mindset of, I have a solution to their problem. I have a solution. Like, I posted the other day, I have as a problem, postpartum hair loss is crazy. I need good shampoo and conditioner. I had like 100 comments. No one was afraid to share what was working for them. So why should we be afraid to share what's working for us when it comes to our health and fitness? Because we make money off of it. And I know it can be kind of an icky topic. It can feel weird. But we get paid to help people. We get paid to hear their problems and give them a solution. So we have to ask them, have they ever considered it first? Did they even know that it was possible? We assume everyone's heard about Beachbody. People have heard about Beachbody, but they hear about Insanity and P90X. And that is overwhelming, right? So when you're in those conversations about, oh, I work out, I go to the gym, but I'm really not seeing results, ask them, have you ever thought about doing at-home workouts? Yeah, I kind of have, but I really don't know what to do. Have you heard about Beachbody? They've been extremely helpful in my life. I just completed 21 Day Fix and I saw awesome results. Have you heard of that program? And keep sharing your experience and asking questions. Share your experience, ask questions. Have you ever thought of? Have you ever considered? Did you know about? Have you heard about this? Because you're just asking them what they already know. And then through that conversation, you can start to share with them the solutions that have worked for you. And that's the key, is to just share what's working for you, because hopefully this person is someone that you connect with. Hopefully this person is someone that is connecting to your journey. So your problems and solutions can be similar. Does that make sense? Is that like aha for anyone? Is that like kind of clicking, making that transition a little bit smoother? Yeah, I see Jack giving a thumbs up. What have they done for you? If someone says, well, I've considered them, but I don't know if I could, work out at home. I don't have the motivation. Girl, I totally get it. I was a gym rat before. Like, I was a gym rat. I was a personal trainer. Like, I got paid to work out and train people at the gym. And they didn't get half of the results that I have my clients do now. This is what's worked for me. I know I used to love going to the gym too, but as a busy mom of 3, I just don't have the time. And I love that I can do this workout at any time in the day when it works best for my schedule. I can relate to them, like, yeah, I totally get it, but this is how this has changed my life. This is how this has helped me go from having a gym membership and being a gym member and not seeing results to letting go of that piece of me, doing something different so that I have something different to show for my life. So just connect, whatever that topic is. I know I wasn't a shake person either, but I was so hungry in the morning. I would find that I'd wake up at 7 and I wouldn't eat until noon. And Shakeology has really helped me have breakfast in the morning as I'm running out the door. I wasn't a shake person either, but I decided that I needed something, and a shake was better than nothing. Right? Like, I get it. I understand where you are. I was that person. I understand. But this is what I realized, so this is what I did, and this is now how I feel. And so pairing that sequence along and sharing that with them and sharing that experience. I don't know, or I think in the trainings from corporate is, I don't know, what does it say? Like, all I know is, and then fill in what it's done for you type of thing. You know, because we don't know everything. I don't know how Isagenix taste. I don't know how all these other shakes taste. But I do know Shakeology has helped me have better energy, have better digestion, gave me a meal on the go, gave me a really good meal on the go. It's chocolate. Like, you know, like, we have options. So kind of that's the transition. And I think that's the key and the question and the spot where I think many people get stuck with that workout, or, well, I've been kind of I've been doing Weight Watchers, but it's really hard to track my points. Well, have you ever heard of the 21-Day Fix? It's a really simple nutrition program. I'd be happy to tell you about it if you're interested. Right? I'm trying to eat healthy. I just don't know what to eat. Have you ever heard of the 21-Day Fix? It really lays it all out there. It gives you a list for every food group and the approved foods. And then it comes with these really cool portion control containers that you get the proper portions of each food group. So it's just very simplifying it, just simplifying what that program is in a few words and what it's done in a few words versus this big this big thing. And then the last tip that I want to give you with that is, if the conversation fizzles, that's okay. Sometimes they do. Sometimes people are not huge on Facebook. Sometimes people don't want to be sold something. Sometimes people just aren't ready to make that change. And that's okay. So what do? If you're friends with them, in your follow-ups, and you're going through your messages, if you see them on your message, go to their friends page, comment on their stuff, like their stuff, show them some love in a public atmosphere instead of making it all private. And then maybe message them in a month and say, hey, I saw you guys had a great Easter. The girls looked so cute in their matching Easter dresses. How are you doing? Maybe they're in a different spot in their life and they're ready to chat a little bit more. Maybe they're ready and open to conversations about their health and fitness. Right? Okay. I'm afraid I don't want this to end on me. I don't know what time last time I did it in 30 minutes. The other time I did it in 45. So, okay. So this next scenario of conversations and how to navigate that and what to do is something that I was talking to another coach on our team about. And it's, a challenge group post or a hook post. And sometimes, if you're wanting them to, you do a challenge group hook on Monday and you want them to sign up on Thursday, but sometimes the conversation gets too drawn out and you really don't know how to bring back up the challenge group, or you're asking too many questions and they stop responding. And it's like, okay, now what do I do? Crap. So what I want you to pay attention, there's 6 things that I want you to do. I want you to, when someone responds to a challenge group post, I want you to look back at that post and see what style post did they respond to. Was it a before and after post? Was it a personal development post where you're talking about the interchange? Was it a transformation of another client? Was it a transformation of somebody more in their body, their body style or their goals? Was it a price or a special, or laying out the simplicity of a meal plan? Was it talking about the workouts? What drew them in to that post? Because that's probably the biggest topic that's going to happen in your conversation. It's going to be about workouts. It's going to be about most of mine right now are a mom just wanting to feel better in her skin, because a lot of my posts are about that. So it's the overall package for me. It is more personal development and learning to love themselves and the group and the community over the products. So it's kind of a tricky one. But I know that because I know my niche. I know what kind of posts I'm putting out there, and I know what's drawing them in. So my conversations can go a little bit better, a little bit more planned out, and a lot more intentional because I know it's coming. So pay attention to what post they're coming to you about. Number 2 is, are they in your niche or not? Because again, that's going to make the conversation a lot smoother. So is it somebody that you can relate to? Do you look at their profile and you see they're a mom? Do you see that they have older children? Do you see that maybe they're older themselves like you are? There's a whole different genre that Ronnie can relate to that I can relate to right now. And so if I have a lady coming to me who's, I love you, Ronnie, I hope you're taking this the right way, older and is in a different stage of her life, I'm not going to be able to help her the way Ronnie can because I'm not going through that, right? So in all honesty, I'd probably be like, you know what, I would love to help you, but the best way I can help you is give you to a coach who's going through what you're going through right now. And so you need to know who your niche is, because that's who you're going to be able to help the best. Okay? And I'm all for you hitting Success Club. I'm all for you hitting Success Club 10. But I think, I don't want you to just shun and turn people away. I'm just saying, are they your niche? Because the conversation is going to go a lot smoother if they are. And you're going to be more excited if they are, because you're going to be able to help them. You know how to help them, which makes it a lot better. So just be aware, are they in your niche or are they not? Because if they're not, you might have to do a little bit more digging to see how you can best help them. Okay? So the top 3 questions that you need to ask, this is all you should need to know before you give them details, in my opinion. Are you working with a coach? Or have you ever worked with a coach? What are you doing now for your health and fitness? What goals do you have? So in my initial message, if someone messages me and say, hey, I'm interested in this group, that's what I ask them. Hey, I'm so excited you're interested in this group. I just have a few quick questions before I send you details. Have you ever worked with a coach? Are you doing anything now for your health and fitness? What kind of goals do you have? That's it. 3 questions. That's it. So they can come back to me. They can tell me, yes, I worked with a coach. Okay, great. Unfortunately, this group is just for customers of mine. So I suggest you reach out to your coach and see if they have a group coming up. Okay, done. Next one. No, I've never worked with a coach. I'm not doing anything right now for my health and fitness. I go to the gym a few times a week, trying to watch what I eat, but nothing set in stone. I would really like to lose 15 pounds. Okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing those goals with me. I'm so glad you're not working with a coach, and that means we can get started. So let me tell you what the program that I have for this group. And for the All Access Pass, I have a script that explains the workouts, it explains the portion fix, it explains Shakeology, and it explains what they get from me as their coach. It's 4 paragraphs. There's 2 or 3 sentences each paragraph. I lay it all out there. But what I do is in that, so maybe they say their goals are to lose 15 pounds, or their goal is to clean up their eating, or their goal, another question you can ask is, what are your biggest obstacles? Eating clean, or getting motivated, or staying excited about workouts. So what you would mention in that is, you mentioned that you want to lose 15 pounds, and nutrition is a huge part of that. So what this program can do is we'll find out and I have my script, but I put their goal leading into that. So if they're reading their goal, you said you wanted to, this is how it's going to help you get there. And so you can use that script, but you want to customize that so that it's easily customizable to each conversation. You might just have to type in a few words, right? And that's going to make your response a lot quicker than going, all right, now I got to type all of this out again. No, I have a script. I copy, I paste, I add in a few things. This is how this is going to help you on the road. Because sometimes people will come back and be like, oh, I work full time, I have 3 kids. This isn't they'll give you more information than what you asked for. And so you can take that information and plug that into, hey, you said you were traveling a lot, and this is super great. You can pack your food right into these containers, put these containers right in the cooler, and travel as you go, or you figure out how to word it, depending on what their obstacle is. But you just acknowledge their goal, acknowledge their struggle, and put that in the description of the program and how it helps them. Okay. So then when I close it, so I describe the program, describe the group, and then I close it out and I say, how does this sound? Are you ready to commit? Or do you have more questions? I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer anything that you have. So I ask them, like, are you ready? Is this something you want to do? And then they'll either come back and say, yes, send me the link. I send them the direct link. They say, no, I have a few questions, or they ask a few questions. And then it goes back to those things that we talked about earlier. You know what? Yep, exactly. I was right there with you. I was hesitant about Shakeology, but this is what I found. This is how the containers have worked for me. I love the Beachbody On Demand. I know you don't get DVDs, but it's nice to have, all access to every single workout. If you have an app, you can download them and save them to your phone, and just answer those common questions that they may have, and be an open book about that, right? And share your experience in that. Hey, I was hesitant about that too, or you know what, I didn't know. I don't know that exact answer, but let me find out for you and I'll get back to you. Maybe it's a question about Shakeology. Maybe it's a question about Beachbody On Demand access or something that you may not know right off the top of your head. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, that's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head, but let me find out for you. I'll let you know as soon as I find out. It's okay. You're going to go find out for them. You're still doing them a favor. You're still being there for them. Like, that's okay. And then another thing to do when you give them the direct link, here's the link. It's 9 and 10 minutes. Here's the link to order. Please order by, put the date, whatever your date is. Let me know when you place your order so I can get you plugged into our private Facebook group as soon as possible. So that'll make that follow-up a lot easier too, because they're told you they're going to purchase. You're waiting for them to let you know so they can get added into the Facebook group. You can, if they say, yes, I'm going to purchase tonight, and they don't purchase tonight, and it's, Wednesday night and you still haven't seen a purchase, Thursday morning, all you have to do is text them and say, hey, we're getting close to that deadline. I really want to get you plugged into that group. I wanted to make sure you didn't place an order and I didn't see it, or, technology can be funny. So I just wanted to check in and see, just to check in. I went a little long on that one, but does that make sense? Is that helpful? Yes? No? Stuff we already know? Yeah, good. There was a specific question. I want to make sure I answer it on here. Let's see. Okay, I think I answered that, Laura, of what questions to ask them. So we have about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So I just wanted to take some time and open up if you guys had some specific scenarios or specific questions that I can answer.
With not being able to send messages from your like page, are you finding that a weird transition?
What do you mean?
Like, I can't send someone a message as Heather Long, Be Bright and Fit. They have to send me a message and I can reply. But like, I was trying to send messages to people who liked a post, and I can't from my like page.
I just send it from my personal.
And there's not like a weird transition? Okay.
No, because you're still Heather Long. I mean, yeah. And maybe that's why, because mine isn't Brittany Wright on both, so maybe they don't even realize.
Yeah, probably.
I don't have anything else, my Brittany Wright on both. But no, I don't, I've never had anyone have a problem, but I like to message people who are commenting, and you can message them directly.
Yeah, you can message from comments.
So, but no, I haven't had anything. What about people in your groups that are not participating? How can you motivate them so they don't avoid your messages? That's tricky because that's kind of on a case-by-case basis. I always ask my challengers in the beginning how they want me to address them if I don't see them checking in. And so some people don't like to be called out in a group. Some people want me to tag them in a group. Some people want me to reach out to them via Messenger. Sometimes people like to be more on text message. I have like 3 or 4 challengers that prefer a text message, communication, and that for some reason makes it a little bit, well, not for some reason, but it makes it more personable versus just going through messages. So I would always, maybe in the next challenger that you start, ask them like, hey, if I see you haven't checked in 3 or 4 days, how do you want me to reach out to you? Because then when you do that, you can say, hey, you told me that if I didn't see you checking in 3-4 days, you wanted me to shoot you a text. So here's that text. Just wanted to see, what's up and see if I can help you and be there. And then if they don't respond, send it again in 2 days. And if they don't respond, send them a message, say, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you. I'd love to, make sure, I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you all right? I just want to make sure something didn't happen. Totally fine if life is happening right now. I just wanted to check on you. And I think it goes back to trying to make sure to keep them engaged too in the group. So I don't know how your groups are, if they're on Facebook or challenge groups, but see if you can find some new ways to keep them engaged in the group so that we don't have to chase them down.
I know Ronnie, Jamie, and I are running a group right now, and we just asked them in a post, what do you guys like that we're doing? What can we do better? What would you like to see more of? And that was really responsive, don't you think, Ronnie?
So you ask them what they're enjoying, what you want, what you guys can do better.
Mm-hmm. We just kind of let the ball be in their court and let them make the rules, and we just kind of went with that, and it's been going really good.
Mm-hmm. That's something that I asked in mine too. Like I did a welcome video and I asked them in the end of it, do you want more accountability or do you want more motivation? Because they're a little bit different. You're going to run the group a little bit different if it's going to be more like, I need to know what you're eating. I need to check in with what I'm eating every day, or I just need you to cheer me on the whole time. Like I'll do it, but I need you to cheer me on. So I think trying to figure out exactly what they're wanting will make that, because each group is going to be different.
Right.
And so kind of tweaking your posts and doing that is a little bit, right in the beginning.
What do you do like for new contacts, like on your personal page? I mean, that's where I'm adding to my network, mostly is on my personal page right now, but if they don't interact or like posts, like do you message them and try to engage with them, or do you just wait and see if they start interacting with you?
I don't message a lot of people on my personal page.
Okay.
So I guess I'll treat it like how my like page is. Like if it's a big post and it does really well, mm-hmm. and I can message the people on there, I'll message them, even if it's just one like.
Okay. But if it's someone you just added, like I'm running more on my personal page. I have a business page, but I don't have a ton of interaction there yet. So I'm adding network to my network mostly on my personal page. So if I add somebody new and they haven't liked or commented anything, would I message that person still to try to interact with them, or do I just wait and see if they start?
How are you adding them if you're not messaging them?
I'm looking for like common friend. Like I'll look and see, this person has 10 common friends with me, and I'll click add friends. Sometimes they add me, and sometimes they don't.
But then you never send them a message?
I was, and then I just not really sure what I should do. If I should be sending them a message right away, or just waiting to see if they're interacting with me and then messaging them.
I would send the message before I even send the friend request.
Okay.
I would send the message, and I don't know. I've never added to my network that way. I always do it through like Facebook groups. So there's always some common denominator of why I'm messaging them or friending them.
Okay.
So I don't know. Does anyone else do that?
Laura, did you watch the, I forget which training it was, and I'll talk quickly. Was it the one where Manny went by how she does for adding? Did you do that? Was that what you were doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of adding like that. And
okay. So I do that a lot too, I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. And I have heard both sides of the spectrum. Some people add and message right away, and some people add and more interact in like a normal person way, like comment on one of their posts like, oh, that's cute, or a random like. Okay. I found, for me personally, if I add them and we just basically have friends in common, it's rare for me to message them right away. I know that when someone adds me right away that we don't know each other at all, I work MLM. I know that's what most people are doing. Mm-hmm. So actually the message right away feels more salesy to me personally. So I interact the way that I perceive. So I feel that that's more salesy. So I add them, and I don't immediately become stuck to them like glue. They're just in my feed. They're added to my April friends list. And now when I see a legitimate like or an authentic remark, I'll make that. Eventually, you've interacted enough where it becomes not weird that you've like actually connected about something. So that's how I do it.
Okay. Thank you.
I do the same ad sometimes. I do that too sometimes, the way Manny does it. And I send a quick like, hey, it's so nice to meet you message. And then we chit chat, and I never take it any further than that. And then I move to liking, commenting, things like that. But just a quick like, hey, let's get face to face for a second. Never an invite, never an anything.
Okay. Thank you.
They ask, but.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up before it just cuts out on me. So thanks for hopping on. I'll have the recording up either tonight or tomorrow. I hope this was helpful, at least a little bit. And hopefully you had a little nugget to take away or can go into your conversations a little bit smoother and more confident this